Hey guys, how's it going? It's a little dark in here. I'm moving stuff over to the new garage, and one of the items I want to get over is this Honda Trail 90 that has been sitting here for probably about a year now. It is in unknown condition. I got bits and pieces and boxes. It came as a basket case. What do you say we bring this over there and see what it takes to revive it? So I'm gonna go load this out on the truck, and I'll catch you in a minute over at the other garage. All right, let's go do a better walk around. Get a look at what we have. I believe it's a 77. Yeah. And what I like about this one, some did and some didn't. I think it was the early ones had what's called a high and a low range. So you can, if you're trail riding, you can click it into a different level. And I believe it's right here. It's like the lever. Yeah, looks like it's there. So it has a high and a low range, and I'm not sure how many speeds. I want to say probably 4 is a guess on my part. I don't think this has a clutch on it. I don't see a lever up here. I believe these are the same as like the Honda 70s, where it's just an automatic clutch. You just pop it into gear. I see it's got a heel toe shifter on it. Last inspection was 1982. when I graduated, and I'm an old man now. So that's what, 37 years? Has an auxiliary gas tank. Hopefully the key's in it. Hopefully the key fits that. Looks like somebody painted the back rim black. Still has all the directionals on it. The exhaust, say somebody tried patching it with tape and a piece of metal. They're notorious for rotting out. It looks fairly complete. There is a box over on the bench that has a bunch of parts in it. Yeah, let's see what we got over here. Gas tank, which I'm sure has probably been sitting. Here's the air cleaner. Let me pop you in a stand, hold on. Let's see what we got. We got the air cleaner, minus the air cleaner. Gas tank, which I have a feeling is not going to be. No, that. No, it's not good. I don't think that fuel is gonna run on that. Ooh, the smell. Like parts for the air cleaner. Side cover. And it looks like a snorkel. And that's it. So whatever else we're missing. I did buy the wrong battery for the CT70. And I think it's going to be the correct one for this because bikes with directionals have a taller battery than the bikes without. Oh yeah, and the seat. The seat actually looks pretty decent. Yeah, doesn't look too bad. Gas tank on the other hand. Smell it? Ooh, oh yeah. That would not be. It's even got like a thuddy kind of, the paint is holding it together type of knock to it. But I do have a spare parts bike. It was a bike I was going to go put together possibly, but it looks like somebody gutted a decent amount of stuff. It's missing the complete top end. It is missing, that's where the gear reduction is, right here. Like somebody stole some parts out of that. I wonder if that might be a weak link or something. But if we need stuff, I'm not objective. I won't object to taking pieces off of this. This one's earlier, I think, though, because if you look, it's got the different type of front end. It does not have the springs up in the forks. It has like a cantilever type of setup, so I think that's early 70s, late 60s. I'm not sure on that one. What I mean, if you look at that, then you look at this one. Do we have exhaust? No, we don't. Oh well. All right, let's start getting into it and see what it's going to take to bring it back to life. Looks like somebody painted the case. I see gray paint shot on the sides of it. I see we get the plug out of it. We dribble a little bit of oil down in it, maybe kick her over, make sure it kicks over, and start from there. Let's go pop that out. Bow. Yeah, that gas tank is going to be a bit of a pain. It was running along the hot side. Hard to say. Let me get my oiler, and we'll shoot some down inside there. I believe this is automatic transmission fluid. Let's get very good. Make sure I get something coming out. I do. No, that's oil. Not red. Let's give that a little. And let's go grab the levers, back you up a hair. Get any oil in your eyes, you know? Well, it's very smooth. I say we turn the key on. And I don't know if it's got an on-off switch, but it's an on. We think our chances are we're actually going to have spark. I believe this is going to definitely have points. So. Oh, I think it does. Yeah, that makes life a lot easier right there. That's a good sign. Let's check the crankcase too, see what it's got. Anything? Got oil in it. I think I might have a little too much oil in it. I'm gonna wipe that off and check it. Yeah, yesterday I was playing with the Honda Trail 70. I was just doing some fine tuning on it, trying to get that bike to run at its optimum. And I was moving the paint up and down inside the carb and some other things. And it ran really nice. And I'm just putting around about 45 minutes, just even like doing slow races. Actually, it looks fine. Putting around in the garage with it, outside around the building. It was dark out. I really enjoyed it. And so I want to get a second bike together so that during the summer, we can go cruising. You want two bikes that are roughly the same speed. It should be faster than the other one, but you know what I mean. So that's what they're hoping about, bringing this one back together. What are we doing? Let's go put that plug back in. Actually, let me just put my finger over it. Let's turn the key off. So don't get zapped. See what we get for any kind of compression. All right. Well, we have oil. We have a free spinner motor. We have spark. You know what we're going to do next? I say we put a little bit of fuel, this is pre-mixed, in it. Give it a kick. See if we hear any bad noises. Hopefully just good noises. I don't think no bad noises. The exhaust I would expect to have it kick out a bunch of rust. That. Let's turn the key back on. That might help. And I want to make sure there's no headlight switches on. Because if its bulbs are good, the other one on the Honda 70 gives you 2 clicks of the key for the lights. High and low, horn. I don't see an on and off. I don't know if they run all the time. Whatever. I just don't want the no battery to blow out the bulbs in the headlight. It runs. All right. Yeah. All right. I want to do it one more time. I wonder if I can get. So this guy has 2 fuel lines. He's got them plugged too for the gas tank. Might be able. We're probably gonna end up pulling my carb anyway. But let's go give her one more shot. Hopefully that was the gas I put in there. First noise it's probably made in 36 years. All right. Good. Good. It didn't get all clacky or anything neither. The other thing is that the trans is any good, but yeah, a little smoke whistling out. Let's get into the fuel system, I guess. We'll get this off of here. We'll get into that carb. I should probably start warming up the ultrasonic cleaner, huh? Yeah. I have a feeling that's going to need some love. Let's go back over the other side. I don't see any hardware in it. Looks like it's all kind of been removed. Yeah, good. Not that I know where the... Didn't come with a bag, did it? It might be in there. All right, we got a couple of 10s. And where are those fuel lines going? Yeah, probably one's reserve and one's run. This will be a overflow. But let's get to. You want to take the manifold with it? Or you just want to take the carb? You think? I'm gonna break it here or here. Let's try it. Let's try it up top. Get those two out. Yeah, I'm pretty surprised it had spark. I was not expecting it. I'm pretty sure that's going to be points inside there. And generally when they sit that long, they don't have a great outcome. Sounds like he's got someplace to go. You gonna make it? I think let's unplug that. Try to. See the slide looks like. Actually, I didn't even. Actually, feels pretty good. I am liking some of the stuff, except for that gas tank. Let's get those two fuel lines off of there. I love these fuel line pliers, or hose pliers, I should say. Yeah, you got them at Harbor Freight like 15 years ago or so. Let's go over the bench, pop that bowl off, and see what the inside of it looks like. Man, guys, still getting on that bike. So that's the inside of that gas cap. It's about what the inside of the tank looks like. Alright, we want the top. I wonder how fuel injected stuff is going to be when it sits for 37 years in it with ethanol-based fuel. I don't think I'll be around to worry about it. But you youngins have a hell of a time. Imagine trying to take fuel injectors apart and repair them. And pumps. Let's tell. What do we get? Yeah, some crud on the bottom. Not terrible. The floats aren't all puckered out, which is common. I think we're gonna have to tap that pin out of there. It actually doesn't look bad. That gasket looks like it did a weird, like it's flipped up on the end of the seal. I think that's still pliable, or if that's a brick. Yeah, it's pretty stiff. Let me get a punch. We'll push that out. We'll get the two jets out of it, and we'll get the soaking. I need to get a ceiling fan for in here. I got a regular fan on the floor, but it makes so much noise on the video. I'm trying to work with. That was the lightest hammer hit I ever did. So I want to get a ceiling fan, see if we could put them above the lift so there moves air around but doesn't. Anything? I don't hear anything. So it doesn't make noise so much, but still gives me a little bit of a breeze, because it is 90 today. Yeah, that guy's not sitting in there correct. I think somebody might have glued it too. I would say that was probably a leak. Let's go with you. That wasn't even tight. And there's dirt in the end of it, but I could see through it. Let's go for probably could have got to run with it, but I am looking for longevity. Not will it run, really. Well, I'm looking for that too, but and what else? Probably take a wrench, take that choke off. I think we have one more, don't we? Did I not see one? Here it is. Yeah, I should probably get that choke plunger out of there. I should have a spring. The Mars or spring. I'm not going to take anything off of the bowl. Oh, the pet. Reserve was facing straight up. I'll have to remember that. Alright. Preload. Let's see what that looks like. A lot of times this O-ring turns brittle. It was stuck to it. There's a little goo coming out of it. No fuel was going to go through that one. That was clogged. Yeah, that port right there. I'll clean that. The correct. Yeah, you can see crap sticking out of the. Does that matter? Because these are the three we're concerned about. These three right here. One is like fuel in, then back out, and one's reserve, one's in. Reserve, on, and through the carb. That's right, it's got the two inputs. And what is that? That run across. That's what it does. It was loose. One side was loose. Somebody was here before us. Fuel filter. Fuel screen, I should say. Yeah, it's got some crap in it too. The bottom is a bunch of schmegma. Sonic cleaner will take care of that. What we got? Just a choke to take off? I think we're done, right? Yeah, looks like. What do you think? 12 or 13? Make a guess. All right, I grabbed the 12 and a 13. I'm going to say 12. It was 12. How many of you said 12? One of you said 14, I heard you. All this stuff looks fairly decent. I'm pleasantly surprised. You guys watched some other videos before. A lot of this stuff is trashed. I don't know if we can get the emulsion tube out. Let's see if that'll push out for us. Without damaging it. It's trying to move. Could probably push right down from the top. I'm going to get a punch that's roughly that diameter. We'll try to push the emulsion tube right down out of there. Yeah, let's see if we can get that to go. Can't find the hole. There it goes. Yeah, it needs a good cleaning. This thing was definitely last used before there was ethanol. So it'd be much more of a mess. If we can get that O-ring out of there without damaging it. See if that's petrified. Nope. Good. Everything's getting a bath. Okay, your job is to remember what spring was on which one. We'll say the shorter one had the shorter spring, and the longer one had the longer spring. That kind of makes sense, huh? That. I'm not going to take the O-ring off of there because I probably may do more damage to it than I already would. We're going to get rid of the seal. That screw come out of there. Yep. The float should float. We could throw that in there. Just want to stay away from any rubber or gaskety kind of material. I don't want to put the needle in there. We could put the filter in there. And the needle will leave out. We can throw the bail on there. Choke will leave out. Pin looks fine. Yeah, we'll let everything else sit. And oh, and we'll just throw these two in. I don't know about. I think we're just gonna leave that screen well enough and on. There's no reason to do anything with that. There's no reason to take that out either. Bath is warming up, but it's got a long way to go. Let's go and put the float. Should do its thing. And that is just a bowl drain. Might as well get that out of there too. Let fluid go to where it needs to go. Splash. And we'll give her, I don't know, 20 minutes. And let that soak to a medium well. Well, that's doing its thing. Let's see what we can find out on the bike. Let's go see if that gas tank, he fits. I think, you know what, that's just a helmet lock. That's what that is. That has nothing to do with locking the gas tank on it. It stinks, but I would definitely say it's in much better shape than the gas tank. What else can we do? Probably put it up. Get a little jack underneath it, and we'll throw some air in the tires, see if they'll hold. Actually, I think it does both. I think it is for the helmet, and the pin goes up into this lever to stop the gas tank from being opened. But it is complaining a little. Let's see if we can get it to. It goes up. I would think you have to be able to. That would have to drop all the way. There it goes. Drop all the way down so you can get the clasp from your helmet in it, you know. There it goes. Now she's moving. Yeah, and then I have to lock it. Right in, so I take the key off, and both will be locked again. Nice. A little for prosperity there. See how those tires do? And give her. We'll set it to that's 29. I'm going to leave it right there, and we'll see if it stays at 29. We'll do the front too. I don't think either one has much of. You guys are too close. Stepped on your shoes. Yeah. It says 12. Let's go bump that one up. What do you think I got? 26. 30. Let's go make it 30. Between 29 and 30. Let's see if they hold. Too bad they painted the back one black. You can probably get that off though with some spray on stripper. It actually looks pretty straight. Yeah, that's not too bad. Even the tire looks decent. Let's see. I don't see any cracking. You? Yeah, right there. There's some. Probably the original tires. How many miles are on it? You guys can probably see better than me. Let's go up. Not much. 1,150? That's it? 11,000. No, that's tenths. Yeah. Might have been all trail riding too, though. How's that front one look? I don't think tires would be very expensive for this anyway, but oh, another thing too, I tried to make it. When I was doing the videos, I was shooting them. I noticed it was very hospital. It looked like a hospital in here. I think it was very white. Still kind of white. Like you look at that background there. It's pretty white. I took a couple of the light bulbs above us and I actually painted them yellow. And see if it kind of tinted it down a little bit. It looked great in here when you're not filming, but when you look back at the film, it did look very, septic looking. So hopefully it's changed us around a little bit. Again, I'm still putting stuff together in this shop to get us. We'll get it eventually. Skid plate doesn't look too banged up. This kind of looks like it's sticking out farther, doesn't it? Maybe just the way it is. Let's, I'll put you in the stand, hold on. I got a new battery in you. You're more energized now? Let's go try popping it in gear. See what we get. Nothing. That might be neutral. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that sounded the same. And then we got high and low range. Let's go flip that around. That's high. Well, does it go to neutral? Yeah, it's got a neutral. Good. Let's leave it on low for now. And what we gotta do is go back to first. 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then back down. Into 3, into 2, into 1. Into 3. Yeah, so it is a 4-speed. The little ones are 3, unless it's got a clutch. Those guys right there are 3-speed. And it's kind of the same makeup, same idea. Just the big brother of it. Or sister. Let's see what we gotta do to get that battery out of there. I don't know. Do you know? Can you even see? Well, you see his muffler, don't it? There's a screw already taken out of the top. I don't know how that cage. Gets out of there. There we go. Doesn't lift, just swings down. Let's see if we can get that. Move. So it's got a fuse holder. 2 plugs. Let's go. Get them off. And I need a regular screwdriver to get the ground off. Yeah, something tells me that battery is not going to be coming back. And something tells me I need a better regular screwdriver. Yeah, put you guys in a seat so you can see. Sitting a little lower. Feels kind of strippy. There it goes. Remember the green was on there too. Let's go eyeball that to the new battery, see what it looks like. Yeah, let's see what we got. That one. And the new one. New one's got 2 hot leads on it. Good. I thought we were going to have to cut this assembly off and screw around with it, but it does. I did that. I added, for the other bike, I needed something. That one and that one. So this one just needs a ground lug on it. And can we just steal one of these? I might just cut it and butt connect it just to put these two on there. Which one do you think has a better looking fuse holder? I'd be willing to bet the older stuff is better. Actually, can we get that lucky? Can we just take that? Alright. Make sure the fuse is good. It is. So that and that can go together. We still need one for the other end. So that's right. Am I doing that? What are you doing? Let's go cut that stupid thing off of there. Alright, let's see what we got. Let's get rid of that. And do we have on the new battery 2 good leads? We do. We can get rid of this. And we still need to change that to a good ground, so that battery's no good. We'll cut that off and we'll get a butt connector and put that one together like that. Yeah, what I found on the CT70 was the 6 volts battery works as a regulator. So what happens is, if you see water coming out. If you don't have a battery on it and you rev the bike up, the headlights will blow because it puts out too much voltage. So the battery kind of works as a buffer to maintain voltage so it doesn't spike. I don't know if that's true on these or not, but that's what I found on the 70. That's why I was kind of cautious in the beginning when we were firing it up, that we didn't blow headlights. And our ultrasonic cleaner just said, I'm done. We're probably going to give that maybe one more. I'll take a look at it. Now let's get this on there real quick. These are just solderless connectors, butt connectors, affectionately known as. Some people can complain I didn't solder it. I know. And let's go check on soup. I would say we definitely kicked up the porridge a little. The inside of that bowl looks pretty damn good to me. Alright, I'm gonna go rescue our parts. Back on that. Let this soak a little bit more. I just want to get the battery in, see how that does for us. So was it like that? It's probably like that. And I was thinking it would be a vent tube. Let's see one. So where the acid pisses out, it has some place to go. Let me go get a light and look in there. I don't see one. I do see a rectifier on this one though, back in there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Right behind. Right there. I don't see. No, else I don't see. No signs of mice. It's not like first for me, huh? How many of these things are? Actually, this one was stored more garagey than it was barn or outside. Actually, I got this from, I don't know if I want to say, you guys watch American Pickers? Actually, was it turned like that? On American Pickers, they had New Hampshire Gary. He was the guy that had the neck brace, and they bought the Messerschmitt from him. Well, we picked Gary's place a week before. those guys were there. I'm not sure if that's right or not. I don't remember. I'm gonna find out in a second. That looks kinda not fitting right. Always. It looks like they only fit in that way. Move that around. I'll get it. I think someone's here. Actually, I believe it goes like that. But what I want to do before that goes in there, out of the way, I want to clean up that ground area. Like somebody I scratched it once a long time ago, but we'll make sure that got a good spot. A little bit of grease on that, maybe. That's more like it. It needs, so the hose runs down on the outside and goes through here and runs on the outside, not down the frame. That's why I didn't find any. So you need a screw from there to lock that in. We might be missing a piece of rubber or something though. I'm gonna take a quick peek at the other bike, see if there's something keeping that from clacking around. Yeah, it seems a little too sloppy. Yeah, that maybe we can make something if we have to. But it seems like there should be a box or something that sits in, you know? That doesn't seem correct. Yeah, looking at this one, you can see there's a piece of cage back in here. It's screwed in. I think the top screw is holding it. Then get that out of there. We'll get that down, and I'll steal that screw too. We need that. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's a lot better than what it was. Pretty sure the physical characteristics of the battery are about the same. I'm gonna let that be for a little bit. I still don't have a piece of clear fuel line or any kind of breather hose. I probably have one at the house off or something to run down under the frame so any acid that goes to drip out does not contaminate the bike. But that's getting ahead of ourselves a little bit, just a little. I think we can probably, while we're waiting on that carb, which is almost ready to rock and roll, maybe we'll turn the key on, see if anything lights up. I don't know if it needs to be running. That's sitting on an angle. That's not square, the headlight. What did I do with the key? What did I do with the key? Whoever said it was on the bench, thank you. And probably has to be running, but I would think like the neutral light would come on. You got nothing. It wants to. Out of my way. Coming through. That battery might not have a good charge to it too. Find out after it runs. Hey, dinner time. Let's go shut them both off. I ended up having to put the fan on. I'm sorry. Went as long as I could. I was getting too hot. Yeah, I think ceiling fans probably work pretty good. I have on the microphone on here a diffuser, you want to call it. It's a piece of Lily's dog toy cut and glued to the top of it to give like to stop wind noise. But the fans are kind of loud, but a ceiling fan really doesn't make much noise, especially when it's on the lower. That is warm. A little cleaning, air blast. I'll put that back together. Hey, you comfortable? Can't promise you that I won't kick you from time to time, working alongside each other. But we'll give her a shot. So this one was a filter. Now how does the fuel... The fuel's got to go in, but it has to go out of there. Where's the out? What am I missing? Right? Fuel comes in through the center, then from the pet through the bowl, and it's got to go up. There it is, right there, that hole. Let me just, I don't quite remember if I blew through there. Yeah, so the fuel comes in from the other side. I don't know if that faced in or out. I'm going to say that was out. And did it touch this? Keep it from rattling? Something has to hold pressure against it, right? I'd say it was like that, and then it was the green O-ring. Yes, no? I'd say it was the green. Will that leak on us if I bolt that together? You would think it would have an O-ring on each side. Right? But actually kind of think it would have something on both sides. Come on, you guys just saw this a minute ago. Which way was it? We are going to try it. Look at that. Because if I go the other way, it's going to sit too proud. It's going to sit too tall. And it wouldn't lock onto that locator right there. Now this was loose. It may have been a problem before. And I would say you got what, 2 short screws and 2 long ones? No one that's that size, no one that's that size. And that. I think these are all going to be too short, aren't they? Yeah. Those might get it. Well, I would say we go with those. And if they don't tighten up, they weren't it. No, that's not it. I wonder if those threads are gone, and that's why that was loose on that one side. Actually, we have a couple of different size screws going on. Actually, that one's the right one. That does not feel good. Let's go try those. Because one of them was ripped. Is sitting loose. Remember I said it was loose? That goes in there. So I think somebody stripped one out. We're gonna go find which one. Those threads look a little. We'll find which one does correct. I think it was the lower one was tight, right? And then someone took that fatter one. Looks like they even cut it to make it fit. Yeah. Because these two are the same and these two are the same. Let's go. I think there is a carburetor hanging down on that bike. Let's go see what it's got. Maybe we could go steal a screw out of that one. Let's go see what this one's got to offer. Show you in a second. A bunch of crap just fell out of it. It does not have the same setup, but let's see if we can steal one of these. See if one of these will be the same. Looking fatter, isn't it? And longer. Let's go see if that'll thread in there. If so, we'll cut that down and see if we can use that. Oh, here. Hold on. Yeah, somebody was living inside that one. That O-ring also looks like it's for like a nitrile ring for like AC. Yeah, they're not the same scale. Alright, I'm going to do my best to see if we can get that put together. Bring you right back, how's that? Yeah, we're just not going to find anything that is going to suit what we need to do because there's no threads left in there. So I don't have much in the way of metric stuff, but I do have a standard. I figure maybe we go through, I may try drilling it and tapping it to that size. If not, worst case, it's clearly through. I'll just drill it all the way through and do a nut and bolt to capture it. Hey, you ready? Just kidding. Alright, we are going to need a bit. We're going to go for the one that fits. And we'll keep going up to the point where if it doesn't fit, then we'll go the next one up from there. Nope. That one's getting pretty tight. That one fits. That one fits. Hope I'm doing the right hole. That one doesn't. It does. Probably picking the same drill bit up over and over again. Let's go step it up too. Let's go with that one. Get that in there. Fast action. And what was the screw I was going to use? That one right there. Let's see. It feels like it wants to start. I'm going to go find out what tap that is and run that in. I might just drill it all the way through so I can get a good tap on it too. I'm probably going to have to go all the way through because the tap I have, you know, is a starter tap, and you're only able to go so far before you have to go in so far before it even starts cutting threads. That's what I was trying to say. Let's go. So many people this scares. Hope it was the right one. Alright. Well, that should take care of that problem. We go clean up my mess, put it back together. It's got to open up the cover on one side too so the screw will fit through. I hope it's symmetrical. I think that one was enough. It's like right there. So now what we're gonna do? That little one size fits all wiggle. There we go. That'll be good enough. Yeah, no promises on it not leaking, but I think we're one step closer anyway to I'll do all the work on this one first, this side. And just draw it down with this one. Yeah, we're gonna leave that side alone. That one's not as forgiving for us drilling through it. Alright, we have You have to make some room. You work on something, all of a sudden the whole area just gets infiltrated with all the crap you're working on. Alright, we need this thing. We did not clean that crapper out yet. The sludge out of the holes. There it goes. Tar. It's like stuck on me. Yeah. There's a mouse turd for us. I might, I got the WD-40 around me. I think it's kept behind me. Let's go give that a little. WD love. I don't want to put anything on it that dries it out. It's a little, probably a little stiffer than what would be optimal anyway. I wonder if, yeah, actually we could probably just index that to a new. Can we tell where it was? Is there any coining? It looks like I want to say these three were used. We want a good seal right there. It scrubs back and forth. Which one had, where is the other half of it? There it is. So I see a fairly large raised dent in there. I would say we just shove it in there. Not use those ones that are dirty. And that had a preload on it, right? So what do we say? It was facing up, and we said reserve a certain way. What did we say? On the, it said reserve up, right? On this. But that's going to have a preload to help hold it down. And that would be wherever the reserve was up. So that'll make it so that valve has to turn. Which way does that need to go? It'll only allow, I want to say it was like that. Tensioner washers. Not wanting to play well though. And it was, which screws were in there? Let's see, the two little tiny ones. I can see them being fun to get back in though. Started. I'm paranoid now because that one was stripped out. I'm paranoid I'm going to screw it up. I would say, would that interfere with the carburetor? Well, I'm going to put it into reserve, blow through reserve, and see if it works, and then I'm going to do the same amount on. If it works, it's correct. If it doesn't, then I got it 180 out. No, it can only, that's the only way it can go. If reserve was up, that was it. So let's go, that's facing reserve, and this one's reserve. And I can't blow through it. Actually, maybe it's the that way. Yep. So that works reserve. That should be blocked on both of them. It is. And on was, there's regular. I can blow through it, and I can't blow through the other one. Alright, that's right. Let's, what do you want to do now? I think we're done with the bowl. No, except for that. That can go back on. And that just to drain the bowl. You back it out, it'll allow fluid to piss right out of it, so it's not sitting. If it gets water in it, or if you're putting it into storage, it's good to do that. All right, the curb's got to go back together. So that was facing up. And I want to give one last. I'm going to let you look up into the sky for a second. And can I see through all of those? That's a yes. Yes, okay. That's what, there's a needle that raises up. It's on the bike. Later on, when that thing that I unscrewed, there's a needle that goes down inside there. And as you raise the throttle, that needle lifts up out of here, and it exposes more and more of these holes to allow more and more fuel to get drawn up inside. Is that the right direction? Yes, it is. I'm going to index those holes. Doesn't need to be, but I'm going to try indexing them facing towards where the... There it is. I don't know why. But we need to tap that down with something about that thickness. Already on the bench. There we go. So that, and then the jet goes in behind it. It meters how much fuel goes through. And that hole's adjustable size. Did I move the screwdrivers and everything? Because I started working on other stuff. I think I did. This is like the screwdriver that comes with the kit for the bike. Alright. We put the float back together, the gasket back on, and then everything else is external for jetting. Right? The float, needle, that looks super clean. I'm going to leave it alone. Sometimes I take a Q-tip on a drill bit and I'll just polish that center up in there, but it actually looks so nice. I don't want to mess with it. The pin is good, it's moving. Throw that in. Need the float to go on. But you guys are getting close. Yeah. I'll leave that, whatever that dimension is, alone. We have the gasket, which looks kind of funky on the one end. I don't know if I should hit it with a heat gun. Just leave well enough alone. It was rolled on that back lip. And this gasket needs to seal pretty good up here, because that's where it crosses over. Let's go see how that's going in there. That's the most important spot right there, but I'm gonna just try screwing it together and see what we get, because yeah, fuel comes from there across, through, and then into the needle and into the carburetor. If that is leaking right there, you're gonna keep on thinking your needle and seat's no good, because the bolt keeps flooding over and flooding over. Meanwhile, it has nothing to do with it. It's leaking fuel directly into the float bowl from that location. Let's say we go with it. It's kind of preformed from what it was before too. And I would say the two biggest screws. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait. I heard you. I heard you. I knew you were yelling. I heard you. Just so I feel better, I want to hit it with it one more time. Almost launched it across the room. That sucks. That makes for... It's already long enough putting this one together, right? You guys on your hands and knees trying to find it with me. Yep. Nope. I knew something was missing. I was just testing you guys. And that is not the right screw. It's two of something that I have the same. I think that other one's the one I stole out of the other carburetor. Battery's flashing. You guys are running low on energy again. Man, let's go get yourself a coffee. I might have to get myself a coffee. I want to try to keep going until I get this thing hopefully running. And what else we got? Okay, the long spring went on the long one. Is that what we said? That doesn't look right. What did we say? I think we said the long one went on the long one, the short one went on the short one. We're going to go with that. If you don't agree, too bad. Now one of them is going to be the one with the more rounder top. So the idle speed is adjusted by how high the float, hold on one second, let me change your battery. Where were we? Oh, so one of them has, one is for idle mix and the other one is for idle speed. And the idle speed takes the slide and moves the slide up and down a little bit by running a screw into the side of it on an angle in the board. It opens and closes that hole. So one of them will kind of have a rounded tip on it more, and one will be more cut or square or pointy because it doesn't want to mar it. I don't know if it's going to show when it pops through. I'll run it in. Or run it in. You can see the little brass sticking inside there. So that's the idle speed. And the other one is the idle mixture, and that opens and closes the passageway. For when it's at idle, so you can kind of fine tune the idle. The main is adjusted by adjusting the pin. So there's a barrel for air and the pin for the fuel down lower. I'll show you. It's trying to explain it in the air sometimes is just too ridiculous. So here it is. There's the slide. So this part is for how much air goes through, and the needle is how much fuel goes through. So picture it in the center of the carburetor. It's down through that what we saw earlier, that emulsion tube, and as you give it gas, this lifts out, it allows more fuel to come through, and then this lifts up, allows more air to come through. Well, on this pin, you take this apart. There's a C-clip or an E-clip that has like 5 different locations on this pin. You could raise and lower that pin, so for any given amount of throttle that you give it, so say we'll give half throttle, and you could adjust that pin up and down. It's probably about 1/4 of an inch difference. You can move the pin overall up inside and down there. And then for the idle speed, you can see how there's this little ramp on here. I hope that shows up. There's a little ramp on the end of that slide, and all you're doing is you're running that screw in. The more you run the screw in, you're slightly bringing it up or slightly let it come down by that screw. There. That probably made more sense now, didn't it? Yeah, someone was saying in my last video, I didn't show enough detail. I was putting the carburetor back together. I think I took care of it this time. Alright. I've done that in a few videos already, kind of explaining what does what. But good refresher for me and for you. What did we say that was, 12? Pull that out. It's our choke. Is that a primer or a choke? Because we have a choke lever here, and that would be trying to read it over. Over 6,000 feet, so it's a jet adjustment. That's what that is. It changes it richer because the air is thinner. You need to put more fuel in it when you go up. Is that right? I think so. And so you jet your carb. They have something built right in the carburetor. That's pretty cool. First time I've seen that. I think we are good to go. Put it back on the bike, right? What was that? That. The 2 nuts. I have 2 screws left over, or is that just stuff I was stealing to try to fix that other one? That's not together. Well, I guess we're gonna find out when we put it on the bike. I got a temporary tank on it. It's that thing up here. And I have a fuel line going to on. Let's turn it down to on. Hopefully it does not piss gas out the other side. And the other thing is we could actually open this up. Let's pull that off. We'll see if we get fuel going into the float ball. By opening that drain, we'll see if fuel comes out. Yep, good. So we know we got fuel going to it, and we don't see leaks. You know what that means, don't you? All right, I got a little screwdriver in my pocket. Let's go see what happens. Keys in it good. Don't know if this is going to get in the way of the Kickstarter. I guess we're going to find out. Choke is on. Gas feels like it's working. Yeah, it's stopping it somewhat. Cool. Yeah, as soon as I turn the choke off, it dies out. Let's let it warm up a sec. Turn the idle up. Gonna die. You can get there in time. Do it a little bit more. I gotta get the choke all the way off before I can adjust that. Yeah, that's the chip open. I'm gonna let her warm up a little bit and see if I can get the idle speed, idle mix adjusted. some drag from the air cleaner, I think. I'm not positive of that. I'm gonna see if I can piece that back together. I know I'm missing a bunch of the element, but maybe just the snorkel will help it. And we'll get that on there in a second, but break time. You want a cookie? You want an ice pop? Which one? No, I want that one. I just hate it with an air gun. Yeah, some cars are picky with having the air cleaner assembly on, some aren't. And when I cut my fingers over the intake a little bit, it was idling. But when I went to take it off, that was it. Wasn't having it. I need the one I'm supposed to have. 10 mil. Good 10 mil. Where'd the 10 mil go? Where'd you put it? There it is. Thank you. That does not feel like it's very straight, does it? Don't like it. Well, look. Make sure the threads aren't beat. Not to go right in, right? Let's put that screw in first. Feels so weird. I think I got it. Okay, then I'm just turning it and turning it, nothing's happening. There we go. And then we got the back half to put on yet. And then it has another boot that goes up into the rack, it looks like. Yeah. There's another one that goes on the end of that one. There's this one. To go like that, and that goes up. Where does it go? I'm gonna hit that with an air gun. I want to blow some air through there because again I don't have an air filter, so I don't want to suck any mousiness or rust or that dirt that just came out of there. So I guess that's how far in water you can go. Up to the height of the rack. Yeah, on the other bike, it's sitting on the front right here. That's a lot of drag. All those pieces. Plus, we don't have the air filter element yet. Yeah, I gotta go see if I have that screw. Let's get back apart because I think whatever holds the air cleaner on held the air cleaner on. I should do it with metal. It's a metal tin that held the filter. Let's go throw that on there. Is it like that? I don't know. I can take it apart. Let's see. So. Can't wait. There it goes. Yeah, I'll start it at the same time. Wing nut and a washer. That was simple. Actually seems like a pretty good system though. I think we are ready to fire it up. Alright, see if we'll fire it up, see if it'll idle. That's screw out of. Sitting on the bench. Tail light. Vibrated out of the tail light. He's been on the whole time. Give her a half choke. How's that? Still not out of it. Good. It's gonna need some more tweaking when we get the actual air filter, but that was it. Do we have any lights? Don't see anything lit up. I have no lights. Brake light, no tail light. So we'll have to look into that, but motor sounds awesome. Timing chain's not noisy. Choke's all the way off. Sweet. First, second, third. That was in low, put in high. Up, buddy. Second. Yeah, only one spot on the key. Looks like somebody was definitely in there though, so we'll get on that. Kill works. Good. All right, how cool is that? Need exhaust, clean up that back rim, figure out what's wrong with the lights, and the gas tank. Gas tank's gonna be a pain in the ass. We may have to acquire a two-tone look on it. Maybe just for a little while, but that tank is really boned. So I think that's it for this one, guys. I want to thank you all for kind of hanging out. We'll get it done pretty soon. This one did not put up as much of a fight as some of the other ones have, although I have not ridden it yet, so we still got could still have some surprises in it. There's no front brake cable or lever setup on it. Go look into that. And again, whatever is going on with the lights that are in it. But it sounds awesome. I'm psyched. I want to go ride it around with that little gas tank on it right now. Alright guys, until the next one, I'll see you later. Take care. How fast the junk adds up. The bench was clear just 2 hours ago. A YouTuber was really nice to send me a borescope. Bunch of attachments and stuff. Let's go play with it on the gas tank. Let's see. You can look inside. Go turn the light on. That's not the light. That's not the light I want. I want that one. There we go. Yeah, that does not look like what the bottom of a gas tank should look like. Just saying. That is gonna need some love for sure. Let's go all the way back. This is like hunks of rust just laying all willy-nilly on the bottom. I think the paint's the only thing holding that one together.